Noryany Mabanta, but I go by Nori. My pronouns are she, they.
What's your ethnicity or identity?
My ethnicity is Cambodian, Laos, and Cham. Um, yeah, usually I like identify with Cham. Well, it's harder to explain to people because like my dad is Cham and then my mom is Laos Cambodian, so like I'm like 50% Cham, but then people don't really know what that is, so then my default is just like Cambodian Laos.
What occupation or industry are you working in, or what industry are you working towards?
I am currently working in telecommunications. I've been in this industry for 15 years. Uh, I can, I don't know, it's like I'm having like a midlife crisis, but I'm really thinking about my career. I would love to get into a career where it will allow me to like travel more, like they'll pay for my travel. I don't know what that means, if it has to be like, like part of the travel industry or like content or what, but that's like the gears are working out how I can get myself there, because that's what I really want to do.
What ethnicity or race have you been mistaken as? And can you share a story or example of one?
I've gotten mistaken. Number one is Filipino, and since I'm married into a Filipino family, I just feel like by default I'm like honorary Filipino. And then I've also gotten, when I used to cover, because I was raised Muslim, so I used to wear a hijab, I would get mistaken for Indonesian and Malaysian. Uh, in Hawaii, I got mistaken as a local. I've also gotten mistaken in the past for like Chinese, Japanese, I think, maybe like Mexican.
What's a stereotype you've heard about Cambodians?
Stereotype, they drink Henny. As far as body types go, they're like the more curvaceous out of all the Southeast Asians. Uh, what else? Honestly, I don't know that many stereotypes, but yeah.
What does your family call you? Any nicknames?
Call me, so Noryany, that's like with the accent. Noryany, that's Noryany is like an Arabic name, so it's not like your typical like Cambodian name. But then, so yeah, they shorten it to Noryany, and then like my younger cousins, they call me Longni. So like in the Cham culture, they have, out of sign of respect, if you're like the eldest, you're Long. And so Noryany, me, Longni, that's why they call me that.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind about being Cambodian or Khmer?
The first thing that comes to mind for me is, being the first generation of refugees. I feel like these carry like a lot of like generational trauma because our families came here from war, and it's just something that we struggle with, being in America, and a lot of people don't really understand that, kind of like being a child of immigrants, and how hard it is. Like we don't really get the same advantages as like some person that was like born and raised like white.
Do you feel connected with your culture? Why or why not?
I don't, unfortunately. I've been back to Cambodia a couple times. It's different because I wasn't raised in the culture in a sense that like my family is like, hey, you're Cambodian, this is your identity. Their focus was more about me being Muslim, and so like I didn't get a chance to participate in like Cambodian New Year's, or like just going to the temple, like eating. We did have like Cambodian food. It's just like just not all the elements, because we like Muslims don't eat pork, so they didn't drink. So I wasn't around that kind of like social setting where those things were involved. And so I feel kind of like left out when I socialize with like my Cambodian friends. Like I still haven't been to a temple and engaged in the proper like Cambodian New Year celebration. So that's something that I'm like really interested in like doing in the near future.
Why did you want to participate in this project?
Just because it like I wanted to show what look, as far as like Cambodian that wasn't like really raised Cambodian look like. Also very like Americanized, westernized. Someone that was born here. I was born and raised in Seattle. But my family, they're Cambodian refugees, but then we were raised Muslim, so there's just like so many different levels to that, and I don't think people really know what that looks like.
Fun fact you want to share about you or your culture?
Fun fact, man, there's like so many. I want to, there's this. I have a lot of friends that are performers, dancers, so that's something that I've been exploring from within myself. So I'm trying to develop my own like personal like dance style. I'm a little bit older, but one of the things that I recently came upon was this like Asian Pacific Islander cabaret. So, seeing people up there that looked like me dancing was very inspiring. And so I'm like, I would love to strive to be like one of the first like Pacific Northwest like Cham Cambodian Laos burlesque dancer. That's something.
All right, that is